This episode of 100 Not Out proudly brought to you by the 2017 Greek Island Longevity Retreat to Ikaria, the island where people forget to die. To find out more and to join Damien, myself, and an intimate group of 100 Not Outers, go to www.100notout.com. That's 100notout.com.
TheWellnessCouch.com, streaming wellness into your lives.
Welcome to 100 Not Out, featuring your hosts Dr. Damien Christoph and Marcus Pearce.
Hello and welcome to 100 Not Out, a weekly show dedicated to helping you master the art of aging well. My name is Marcus Pearce and here I am with the sensational co-founder of The Wellness Couch and The Wellness Guys, Damien Christoph. The summit is over, you legend. You've done it, 5 wellness summits.
How about that, Marcus? You're unbelievable.
Great man. If I was unbelievable, you are truly immortal. You have done something which many people in their lives wouldn't do, and that is create a ripple effect, pardon the cliche, of wellness across Melbourne, Australia, New Zealand, the world. Sincerest congratulations on what you've been able to achieve in the world of wellness.
Oh, thanks, mate. Look, honestly, and this isn't blowing smoke. None of what we do would be possible without you, Marcus Pearce, CEO of the Wellness Couch and co-founder, co-presenter, 100 Not Out, mate. No, seriously, without you, we'd be nowhere. So it goes without saying that you are the rock of the Wellness Couch.
I was going to say we need a nickname.
The Rock.
Because
I'm
you're
the
the
rock
vision.
star.
You are the rock star. You are the vision.
Yeah.
Let's just say I'm the details.
Yeah.
And I make it pretty. You're the ideas man.
Yeah.
Okay. But we need a nickname.
For you?
No, for us. This.
Well, maybe
You can have the Fabulous Four if we've got.
How about our listeners give us some names? Jump onto Facebook.com
Yep.
/100 Not Out and then just tell us. Tell us on the 100 Not Out page, and then we'll take it back to the boys with the next Wellness Couch meeting. And
we've got to come up with something. I mean,
there's got to be some things, isn't there?
Absolutely.
Surely.
Absolutely.
Love it.
So,
next big thing though.
Next big thing. This is the thing. I mean, if you reflect on 2016, it's been a big year. Like the wellness breakthrough.
Yep.
A few short months later, we were in Ikaria.
Yep.
Yanni and Joanna. We started doing some events together. We got the 100 Not Out message out there with 100 Not Out Live. We did Wollongong, Melbourne.
Yep.
We're off to the Tadiches in a couple of weeks.
Yarra Valley.
Yeah. Spreading the message, the Wellness Summit. But as you say, and this is a really big thing for people that have either been to the summit or haven't been to the summit and want to engage more in this, is that what happens when you learn everything that you learnt at the summit, or any event. It doesn't have to be a summit, any personal growth event. The biggest challenge I find is that people get home and they're like,
jacuzzi experience.
What? And the overwhelm,
Totally. Well, it is very difficult. It's so difficult. Imagine you only came to the summit with one member of your household, and let's say there's 4 or 5. How do you implement all that you learn?
Or 0 members of your household.
Well, you would be that one member.
Yeah. Sorry, yes,
just yourself.
I'm with you. Yep.
Yeah.
You're the one.
You
that's the thing. You come home and you're the black sheep, the stranger, the
weirdo,
weird one, the odd one,
the fish slapper.
Yep.
All those sorts of things. All those sorts of things. What are you going to do? How do you get around it? How do you implement all this stuff that you're so excited about? All this stuff that you know is life changing. All this stuff that has the potential to make you healthy or your family so much healthier. Which matches your values, but may not match their values.
Absolutely, and this has been brewing. I mean, what we're kind of alluding to is that there is a 100 Not Out lifestyle live event coming up in November, which is something that we feel is. We've been doing this digital podcast for so long. We've been to Ikaria. We've shared some of the principles of what we've learned over there on the podcast.
Yep.
We've done a couple of live events and the rest that go for an hour or 2 hours.
Yep.
But what you and I have been discussing is that how can we really help people, not just teach people, but really to help them by literally getting into the ditches with them and going, right, you want to create this 100 Not Out lifestyle, we are here to help you do it. Because that really is, again, as much as we love the summit, there's 700, 800 more people there. It's not a workshop.
Yeah, totally.
It's a totally different experience, isn't it?
It's a seminar. It's a seminar event. But here's the thing. So we decided that we'd come to your house and do it. So all you got to do is just email Marcus at thewellnesscouch.com and we'll come to your house and we'll sort
come
it
into
out.
your kitchen.
Yeah.
We'll work
Show you
out
how to
your
cook.
rituals. We'll
Yeah.
show you how to cook.
We'll do the gratitude rattle.
We'll do the gratitude rattle. We'll
Yeah.
turn meal times into a place where you love to cook.
That's right.
You know, and then we'll go walk up hills together.
That's right.
We'll help you find friends.
We'll have a whole lot of playtime.
Heaps of playtime. We'll have a siesta. Will you have a siesta with people as well?
Oh yeah, we'll just jump into bed, have a siesta. That sounds fantastic. Why not? And then what else can we do in terms of rituals? We'll kill goats together.
We'll go to church. Go to church on Sunday.
Yep, go to Panagirtis.
Yeah, go to Panagirtis. Teach you how to make your own wine.
Yeah.
Make
Do
your own
all that.
olive
Do you
oil.
know how to make wine? I don't know how to do that. We'll go to the apiary and
You'll bring a bit of
collect
red
our
wine
honey.
vinegar.
Yeah, we'll get red wine vinegar. We'll go to the apiary and bring back some honey.
Seriously, I'd burn. I would get bitten alive. I think I'd die if I showed people how to make their own honey.
What else can we do? We can do so many different things, couldn't we?
There's a business for you.
Yeah, we'll come to your house.
Absolutely.
Marcus at thewellnesscouch.com. That's where you're going to be.
I did not think we'd be going down this path on the podcast today.
Oh, well, you know.
So without wanting to be Captain Serious, let's just get a little bit practical with you and reveal to you, this is the reveal
All right.
of exactly the elements of what you can experience if you want to join us in the flesh. And I don't care if you're in Europe and you want to come for a weekend, if you're in New Zealand, if you're in Western Australia, I'm going to say to you...
What about the US?
If you're in the US, wherever you are in the world,
Okay, good.
this
Everyone can come.
is the most
Great.
intensive experience you and I have done that is not in Ikaria.
Yeah.
This is the most, I want to say
Hands-on.
like hands-on, but like masculine strength, for want of a better term. Like
Fix
we
it.
don't know. Well, yes, but we're there to. You said the Rock earlier. We're there
You
to
are
be
the Rock.
the Rock. Like if you come along, and we'll share with you exactly what we'll be doing over the course of the weekend. But if you come along and play small with us and go, I can't do this.
Yeah.
This is not happening.
Just
well,
go home.
It's not going to be Mr. Nice Guy
Won't
to
be
my
good.
right here.
It won't be good. Or to my left. It won't be good. It's you've got to play the game. This one. This is a big one. This is a serious thing. So if you actually, we'll have a lot of fun. It won't be that serious.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be serious in that you would expect to come and play, and at the same time get results. Go home with a formulated plan. Now, this would be your opportunity to bring your partners along too.
Yep.
So if you feel inclined that your whole family needs to change, if you feel like you need someone else on board with you, then they need to come. They need to be in attendance with this.
You just said this, if you feel the need for your whole family to change, it's the culture, isn't it? The family culture.
Well, we've spoken about that. We've been filming 100 odd episodes over the last, bit of time. And there was a period when we interviewed Marvin Oka, we interviewed Mario Martinez, and we interviewed Mitch Album. There was a theme out of those three presenters, and it was the theme around culture and community. And you need to alter your culture, because the culture directly influences your culture that you're involved in, immersed in, directly influences your health outcomes. We're talking heart disease, diabetes and cancer, right? So if you feel that your family needs a shift,
A culture shock?
culture, yes,
Yeah.
you could be the lead member of the culture club in your house.
You're thinking of a
can
new
sort it
name
out.
for the event, the 100 Not Out Culture Shock.
Culture club.
Oh, nice.
How about that?
You're in good form.
Look at that.
All right, so let's give you details.
Here we go.
Exercise number 1, creating mealtime rituals. A lot of people love the idea, but to actually create the ritual is another thing. So on the weekend, you actually define it, and then we will actually test it out. We will throw a lot of curveballs your way. What if the kids are late from school? What if you're late from work? All of the rest of it. What ritual are you going to create around mealtimes, and how are you actually going to stick to it?
Did you build your meal tonight?
I built my meal with the turmeric rice that you cooked.
How nice was that?
And the chicken tagine. And it had olives in it, which I just loved.
Seriously.
With a glass of red
Yeah.
and some water.
See?
Yeah.
Built it.
Absolutely.
Built it. Unfortunately, Marcus was getting a massage when we had dinner, so we didn't get a chance to have a family dinner. However, these are the curveballs. Still meant that Marcus could share the same meal that we all ate, but he was able...
I came and sat next to Amber because I didn't want to eat by myself.
Oh, so that was cute.
Yeah.
Did you do a gratitude rattle?
No, but we could get the gratitude rattle, and I could show you all the things that I'm grateful. We'll do that on another episode.
Yeah.
Let's do a gratitude episode.
Oh, that'd be great. Dedicated to Shona.
Good ideas.
We'll do that.
Absolutely.
That sounds really good. The reason why I say that is because when you look at this little picture here, you'll see there's a bread basket.
Shona.
There's Shona. You'll see vinegar and olive oil, and then we're all cheesing. But you'll see that there's some cheese, and this whole table ends up being filled with different foods. Oh, I won't say meals, because we all assembled our own meals. And we'll teach you the beauty of that, because that happened not only at breakfast time, but also at lunchtime and also dinner time. And so every single one of the meals that was shared in Greece, in Ikaria, was shared in a sense, in a fashion that you would serve your own portion size that was appropriate to what you wanted to eat. So it wasn't that someone served you this meal and that you should eat the whole lot. You actually got to choose how much you felt like eating, which is great.
It's the stacking effect. And I just love this photo of you and your mum. And this is the joy.
I love
this is the joy of dining. You've got the 3 generations there. And for those of you listening, it's okay, you can watch this on YouTube as well. But just imagine seeing Damien's mum, Tess, Jackson, just the joy that eating can bring. If you feel that your food is not bringing you joy, then allow us to teach you how to bring that joy back. Because this is one of the most fundamental areas, as Damien was saying, culture affects mind, affects health. We must give it the credence that it deserves. The second thing that we really want to bring in to life, to this 100 Not Out lifestyle that we talk about, is cooking with love. And I could talk to you about this all day, but I would be taking up time from the great man to my right who loves to cook. You cook with love. Share with people how you want to inspire people to cook with more love.
I love it. Good inspiration.
Job done.
Done. Job done. Yeah, I know. I meet so many people that see cooking as a chore, and I think the reason why people see cooking as a chore is because there's not enough gratitude given at the table for the meal that's been prepared, and then as a result, it feels like it's laborious and laboursome and cumbersome, and just one of those things that you have to do. Got to feed the kids, or got to feed the other adults. Yeah. It's kind of like a gotta. I'd rather come home and put my feet on up on the table, but up on the couch and relax. But I absolutely love cooking meals. Now I'll do it at any time of the day, any time of the night. It doesn't really worry me. And so in our household, I'm responsible for cooking breakfast. That's my big job. That's my number one thing. And then half of the week I'll cook the evening meals. Amber cooks the other half. In reality, don't tell Amber this, but I pretty much cook all of the meals, right? So don't tell her that.
She's just out there.
But all jokes aside, we take great pleasure in creating unbelievable meals, and I take great pleasure in having people come to our house to share food. And so when Marcus is staying at our house, I don't cook any different to what I would if I was cooking for just the 3 members of my family, and Marcus then fits into my family, which is beautiful. And then when we've got friends that come over, the same amount of love goes into other friends at our mealtime when we're sharing meals, as it would if I was simply cooking for the 3 people that I love the most. 2 other people that I love the most, and myself. And so I want to share with you what makes that possible and what makes it easy. So we'll go through that.
Here's the thing: it's the cooking with love that's important, but for you, it's actually the fact that you associate that love with so many others. So my view is, for people that go, it's a real chore to cook, it's about shifting. Our job over the course of this weekend will be to help you shift your focus and your meaning around what it is to cook to a far more empowering, rather than an admin or a to-do list item. Totally. It's actually a real gift. It's I get to cook for my family, what a gift this is, rather than I have to, or I've got to, or I need to. And that's a massive shift, because if you can make that type of shift in meaning for how you prepare food, you can make that shift in meaning for every other area of your life.
100%. So we'll be creating meals and menus, for you to be able to do that. Now there'll be people that are coming to this event, and I know that there'll be some of these people that are coming to this event that live by themselves. All by themselves, one person in the house, and they feel, I suppose, uninspired to go and cook themselves an unbelievable meal. And we'll cover all that off and make sure that you feel totally worth it.
Because that's the thing. You are worth it. If it's cooking for 1 or cooking for 10, that same feeling of love
Same.
must come through.
Yeah.
And that's our job over the weekend.
Yeah.
This is a big one for us. We really want to help people to
Climb trees.
redefine, to climb trees and to see that as movement
Yeah.
rather than exercise. Because as a nation or as a Western world or just as a global village, we have become fixed with exercise and we're forgetting just about movement. And as Wally Bortz tells us, and as a number of people that we interview and learn from teach us, if we want to live longer, we simply have to move more. But it doesn't necessarily mean exercising more.
Do you remember when Wally Bortz said a calorie is a calorie is a calorie?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nearly fell off my chair.
Yeah.
But key thing that he said there, he's got to move more.
Yeah.
And that's come through all of the other interviews that we've ever done, and our experience in Ikaria was that people just moved incidentally. So it wasn't that they spent the whole day sitting around waiting for the time clock to just, tick away and all of a sudden the sun to set and then just ship off to bed. It was more about what can I get done in my day that's, going to be productive and going to make tomorrow easier, so that I've got less work to do tomorrow. But it wasn't as if they needed to complete things on that particular day. So if they didn't get things done on a day, they knew that they had tomorrow coming. And if tomorrow didn't come, then they didn't worry about it because who's going to care if it didn't get done, So there was a lack of urgency around it, but there was also still the need and desire to get things done, So it was all different mindset, different frame.
And I definitely want to come back to this because the productivity element is really important. And
Totally.
this is something that I'll actually just go into it now because otherwise I will forget.
Okay.
But in Ikaria, they don't wear watches.
Yeah.
And we live in a world where time is our master. And so part of the weekend is to help you feel like you have the best of both worlds where you actually master time rather than time is your master. But you have got that PTC, we talk about that present time consciousness to enjoy the family meal rather than thinking about your emails or Facebook, but to also recognize that if there's a time when you want to watch TV and relax, or if there's a time where you need to focus on time, like a doctor's appointment or school or whatever, to be able to interchange between knowing when it's time to know what the time is and knowing when it's time to actually not know what the time is.
True. And
to absolutely let time fly when you're having fun rather than being conscious of what the clock is. And again, I know we've spoken about this before, but I'm amazed since we've come back from Ikaria how often I check the time. And thankfully I've removed the time from a number of things, but that is something which I'm not alone. We're all constantly checking the time, and that's bringing out a certain emotional response. So we go through over the course of the weekend from what I call a productivity perspective, how to be somewhat Icarian, but also how to bring that into the daily Western life. But just coming into movement at the same time, we want to help you work out, we want to learn about your daily life and then help you bring in ways to go, well, you know what, you could move more here. Have you thought about doing this? Just like Hillary, who came to Ikaria with us, said, you know what, I'm going to start walking 7Ks to work. Now, some people say it's a hell of a long way to walk, but for Hillary, that was a way for her to bring in more movement because she wants to live longer. She wants to spend as much time on this earth with her two beautiful boys. She wants to make the most of her life. So that's the way she's going to do it. Not everyone's going to do it that way.
That's right.
But we want to help you implement movement so that you're not doing what most people are doing and living that incredibly sedentary life. We want you to do this, really.
Yeah, we'll have you jumping off
We'll
rocks.
have you jumping like that.
Flying
like Damo.
Yeah.
Walking these beautiful canyons, wherever you want to do it, whether
Isn't
it's
it amazing?
Mount Dandenong, Ikaria, wherever
Yeah.
you are. But this is
Yeah,
all
yes.
this is a beautiful combination. And
Look at
again,
those legs.
for those of you that are listening,
Unbelievable.
we're just showing a photo of walking through the canyons of Ikaria. But the best thing about this type of movement is that it combines socializing. And this is probably the biggest secret, I think, to if you want to live longer, move more.
Yeah.
You know what? Find a way to bring other people into your life, whether it's walking to a friend's house, whether it's walking to the restaurant for dinner.
Yeah.
Something that has someone else at the other end or someone alongside you whilst you're doing it. There's a really beautiful sense of accountability rather than something that is just I should do it or I have to do it.
Yeah.
All right. The other part of movement, which we don't talk about a lot, is dancing.
Sure. Brett Hill's favourite thing to do, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Brett's a great dancer.
Yep.
Sensational dancer.
Yep.
A world-class dancer.
World class.
Yeah. But these are the reason why I think talking about dancing is important is connected to what we just said, is that it brings other people. You can dance by yourself if you want, Damien.
You can. I wouldn't want to, but you could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could do
Some
a
people would.
caterpillar and tear a hamstring whilst you're dancing.
Could cut my chin open.
You could cut your chin
Definitely,
open. Not that you've ever done that before, but
Ever.
you
No.
could.
No.
Don't know what that scar's from, but
It's from cricket ball. But you can see, if you're watching this video, you'll see the picture of us dancing. We're learning a Greek dance here, and this dance, unlike the Zorba, is actually a traditional Greek dance. And so we were learning the steps for this, so that when we went to the Panegyri, which was the celebration,
The local
party,
festival, yep.
the local party, the festival, we would kind of have some rhythm. And well, let's just say that some people did really well at it, and other people, like myself, didn't do very well at it. But the thing was that at the dance, at the party, everyone was included, regardless of the age. And so we often find that when people go to parties these days, it's almost age exclusive, you know, or rather than age inclusive. When you go to these parties in Greece, it's age inclusive. And one of the things we want to talk about is how do we bring back into our life, and we want to bring that back into it. How do we bring our elderly family back into our life?
Absolutely, absolutely. And just on that final point with movement, the reason why I think talking about dancing, and we've got a video there of the Panegyri. Not sure if you're able to mute that by any chance, but we could show the video in the background whilst we do it. But the thing with movement is that a lot of the time it requires thinking outside of the box to really recognize how you can bring more movement into your life. So as I say, the reason that Damien and I want to do this 2-day weekend is to really work with you to help you think outside of the box and to really help you create this 100 Not Out lifestyle, so that rather than having, when we're in it and when we're in our lives, it's really hard to find a way out. But when we've got the support of others that are emotionally detached from our life, it's much easier to find a way. So, I mean, I just think this is a beautiful example of movement. It's jumping over fire, so Panegyri. But the thing is that there's so many people involved. This is the way that they do it over there. They're not worried about, hurting themselves, so to speak. They're just having fun with their friends. They're moving their bodies.
Yeah.
Not OH&S.
There could be some accidents. I'm sure there has been.
Absolutely.
I'm sure there has been. But this is all about fun. Like they're not going to go and sue somebody because they, singed their leg hairs off or something. Are they really?
No. Now, one of the big insights that we've obviously shared a number of times on 100 Not Out is doing what you love and loving what you do. Yeah. And as Wayne Dyer loves to say, and we've shared this a number of times in our recent live talks, is it doesn't matter what you do with your life. You could be a cab driver, a factory worker, a manager. What matters is that you put your attention in how may I serve. Now, truth be told, a lot of people aren't in work where they're feeling how can they serve. It feels like I should do it, I have to do it, I don't have a choice in it.
This is true.
Over the course of the weekend, we want to help you come from a place of service. Now, you might go, well, there's no way because I hate my job. Damien and I are going to be there to allow you the space to go, it's not what I do, it's how I do it. Yep. And that comes from your heart rather than your head. And if you haven't guessed by now, Damien and I think we'd both say we love to come from our heart. We're feelers. We've got that, that strategic brain side to us as well, but we're definite feelers. We're golden retrievers. Is that the word, golden retriever?
Yeah.
We love to connect with people, and that is coming from your heart. And when it comes to your life purpose and doing your job, whether you're raising kids or in work or the rest of it, we want to help you feel like you're coming from service, that you get to be a chiropractor, that you get to be a mum, that you love being a cab driver or a factory worker or a cleaner, that it's not something that you should do, that's something that you love to do.
That's right.
Yanni, you could tell that he loved what he did, but you could tell that he did it for something greater than himself. You could tell the joy that came from his face when he did it. This is one of my favourite photos. This is Joanna and Cheryl. These two don't know each other.
No.
Never met each other.
You wouldn't know.
And I've put up here on the slide, to touch someone else's life is more valuable than any amount of money. If you can come from a place of service where you're not worried about the money, but you really focus on what impact you have on someone's life, and that's why I say truthfully, congratulations on what you did with the Wellness Summit, because truth be told, and we tell a lot of people this is not a big deal, it's a love job. If we told you how much it cost to have the Melbourne Convention Exhibition Centre for 2 days, you'd be off buying a house.
That's right.
So just consider that when you do what you love, the money comes second. It's the impact that you have on someone's life first. And if you want to challenge that, I highly suggest that you come along to the 100 Not Out lifestyle event, because that's where we truly take you through the process to want to not feel like it's a push, but to have almost a magnetic urge to come from that place of service, to come from that place of value. Speaking of value, how's that goat bag?
Good value. It was great value. It was great value. Love that goat bag.
I've got a little video here, but that's probably not for now. We've spoken a little bit about this, and I think this is a really big part, particularly for people that live in this fast-paced world, this consumerist world. I think a big part of the weekend is, you could call it money,
Yep.
but I also think that it comes down to, for want of a better term, it sounds so boring, but spending less than you earn. In Australia, the average is 114% of our income.
Yeah.
We spend more than we earn.
Yep.
We go to Ikaria, they don't earn much money, but they spend less than they earn.
Yeah.
We go to Dubai, or you go to Dubai,
Yeah.
and you probably don't get the feeling that they're spending less than they earn.
Not at all.
Over the course of the weekend, we get practical. We help you work through budgets. We help you work out how to spend less than you earn. We actually turn our business minds on, or our number crunching minds on, and actually really help you work through it. We're very open about money, so we can actually help guide you through, and not from a financial planning and financial advice perspective. This just comes
Not at
from
all.
common sense, timeless wisdom principles. Spending less than you earn doesn't require a financial planner's certificate.
License.
We're not selling investment instruments and any types of products. It's actually just helping you go, you know what? Why don't you share the story of your expenditure since you came back from Ikaria? Because this is the type of stuff that we'll be helping you with at the weekend.
Well, one of the more incredible things that we've noticed since we've got back from Greece is that we're eating less food, and as a result we're saving more money. And that's due in part to the family style dining, so that you're assembling the meals that you want to eat based on the ingredients put on the table. And what we're finding is we've got leftover food at the end of the day, or the end of the night, and that's then taken to work the next day or to school the next day. And so we're finding that we're spending less money just across the board with regards to food. Our food bills decreased. So that's been a really nice saving. Some people say, it's way too difficult, way too expensive to eat healthy. We're eating as healthy as what we ever have. However, we find that we're spending a whole lot less money just because of the design of the way in which we make our meals now.
Now, just to be clear, when we were doing an event recently, the numbers you were putting out there was that you're spending approximately $200 a week less on food, which, if you want to do the maths as I like to do, that's a $10,000 saving on a small shift that we've brought back from Ikaria based on a different style of eating, and obviously the leftovers is saving meals for the next day and the rest. So as I say, if you think saving $10,000 a year just on one area of life, and we haven't even spoken about the money you can save on movement, or the money you can save on socializing, or some of the other things, but still bring it. The thing about it is that saving hasn't detracted from the experience. The experience is richer than what it was, but you've got money in the bank.
That's right.
So I think that's really important. If you know that you're spending a hell of a lot of money on food, or a hell of a lot of money on another area of life, the principles that you've implemented into your own life since you returned has made a massive shift, which again, I have no doubt other people would want to learn as well.
That's right.
I just might share just one other thing before we wrap it up. This weekend is on November 12 and 13, this year in Melbourne. It's about 9 to 5 each day. We're talking 16 hours together, you and I. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, Damo, you don't get him for much less than $1,500 an hour. If you consider the fact that Damo's a chiropractor, a naturopath, and runs Forage, as much as I love the man, if I had to pay him $1,500 an hour, our relationship would probably have to end after, well, a business relationship.
Half an hour.
But the beautiful thing is about events, when you're not working one-on-one, you don't have to pay $1,500 an hour for Damo service. I'm not up there with Damo. I'm about $550 an hour. But at the end of the day, because we can have a room of people not doing one-on-one, it doesn't have to be that expensive. So the value of this event is in excess of $997. I put $997 because it's around about $1,000, but I'd be saying if you add 16 hours with Damien and myself,
It's
getting
like 20 grand.
absolute workshop experience, you get us the whole time. The early bird rate, this is the first time we've released this to 100 Not Out listeners, is just $247, and on top of that you also receive the 100 Not Out lifestyle online program to warm you up as you get prepared to come along in November. So I might just share with you some of the 10 modules of the online program, just so you know the momentum that you can create whilst you're building up to come join us in Melbourne. So the online program is broken up into 10 sections. There is a bonus 11th module, which is all of the photos and the videos, but we look at life, purpose and legacy. If you're watching the video here, you can see behind us we've got Ilya, who shares a lot of his magic. That's Thea's husband. We look at movement, as we've just been speaking about, and then we also obviously look at socializing. We look at the principles of the Panagiri, how they drink whilst they're eating, how they put water in their wine, how they don't just look at the clock and go, it's time to go home. They go home when they're done, when they're finished socializing, rather than what time it is. We go in depth into food preparation, how to actually prepare your food. We then look at the rituals of food, making sure that you know how to love the food that you're cooking, and when you're having those meal times, how to truly love those meal times. So that's Module 6. Module 7 is wonderful wine. I mean, the wine in Nicodia is absolutely sensational, but how can we have quality wine wherever we are in the world and do it well? Module 8 is honey. Because again, we can talk about I quit sugar and all of the rest of it. We don't have to quit sugar, but it's also good to know about good quality honey. Module 9 is celebrating life. We're so scared of death. We've done interviews with Mitch Albom about Tuesdays with Maury and the rest, but we've got to celebrate life. And we go through that with Thea, who takes us through the Icarian way of celebrating life. And then Module 10 is multi-generational living, respecting our elders, including the younger children in our lives, and not having a separation type relationship with them. And as I said, that bonus module is all of the videos and the photos from the 2016 longevity retreat. So you've got some momentum before you come along in November. And then, as I say, when you come along November 12 and 13, we get down and dirty. We get detail oriented. This is about crafting your own 100 Not Out lifestyle. Damo, as you can gather, is a master on food, particularly when it comes to enjoying food. I love to do life purpose. Together we can both help with productivity, with spending less than you earn, with living this Icarian lifestyle and implementing it into your own daily life.
It's packed.
It's packed.
It's absolutely packed. Like, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, this is too
Get ready to rumble. We don't muck around. As I say, it's a 16
absolutely
hours, as we like to say, not there for a haircut.
No.
You're definitely ready to, you're not there for a haircut,
No,
mate.
I won't be there for a haircut.
Definitely ready to do the work. I couldn't think personally, I know I'm biased, I couldn't think of a better way to launch into 2017 than to be able to cultivate this at Christmas time. To cultivate this Icarian lifestyle that we've experienced, to actually implement it in an Australian way or a New Zealand way or wherever you come from. So to come December 25, it's not, all right, everyone, you serve everyone up. Everyone comes up to a nice, beautiful table and they pick what they want and they have gratitude for their meal and you feel so wonderful that you've made it and you're creating great, harmonious relationships. What a Christmas day that would be.
What a present. What a gift.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Absolutely. Damo, as always, in this episode, I must say thanks for listening because I've talked the leg off a chair.
You did talk a lot.
But
that's okay.
Yeah, I'm just excited.
Yeah, you're so excited. I can see. You're on the edge of your chair.
I am on the edge of my chair.
It's great.
I love this stuff.
Yeah,
but absolutely got to say,
well done.
Would love to have you.
Well spoken.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
All the details at 100notout.com. Love to have you here for the 100 Not Out Lifestyle live event. If you like this episode, please give it a 5-star rating on iTunes. Share it with your friends. As Damien said, bring a husband, a wife, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a son, a daughter. Bring a family member to raise the culture. Give the family a culture shock for the 100 Not Out lifestyle here. Connect with us at Facebook, facebook.com/100 Not Out. And until next time, continue, as always, to make the rest of your life the best of your life.
This has been a production of TheWellnessCouch.com. Check us out on Facebook and join in the conversation on Facebook.com/TheWellnessCouch. Subscribe to each show on iTunes and check us out on Twitter. The Wellness Couch, streaming wellness into your lives.
Whilst the Wellness Couch presenter endeavor to provide accurate and helpful information to their listeners, these podcasts cannot take into account individual circumstances and are not intended to be a substitute for health and medical advice from a qualified health professional. You should always seek the advice of a qualified health professional before acting on any of the information provided by any of the Wellness Couch podcasts.